Hi, folks. I'm Richard Friedman, and welcome to my August 27th, 2024 presentation of my latest cartoon. Here we have former President Trump, Bobby Kennedy Jr., and President John F. Kennedy. Now, what I've done here is I've made a cartoon based upon former President Trump's speech here in support of Bobby Kennedy Jr. And this was at a campaign rally here in Arizona. And here's basically the cartoon here. Okay, I'll read it here. The ghost of President John F. Kennedy returns to haunt Robert Kennedy Jr. amid the independent candidate suspending his presidential campaign and backing Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump. So JFK Jr. had the nomination of the Independent Party, and he was running on his own for the presidency of the United States. And he was becoming a potential. They regarded him, the Trump administration, as a potential threat, siphoning off a lot of votes that could be crucial because the election was so close that votes that would go to Bobby Kennedy Jr. that could have gone to Trump could shift the election for Vice President Kamala Harris, and that was a grave concern. So there were previous conversations between Bobby Jr. and former President Trump, and in line with that, and this was a culmination of persuasion. The song "Crystal Blue Persuasion," Tommy James and the Chantels. After this was "Crystal Blue Persuasion," Crystal Blue Persuasion. Well, anyway, so here's what I'm talking about here. I'm backing Republican president nominee Donald Trump before hours later appearing with him at a rally in Arizona. Kennedy telling reporters on Friday that Trump's stand he could end the war in Ukraine, this is word for word, by negotiating with Russia alone would justify my support for his campaign. Okay, so this is he's saying there wasn't any. Only this would have given him his support. Just that statement that he was willing to negotiate with the Russians to end the war in Ukraine. And here is the president here, former President Trump, and JFK, and he'll zoom in on Bobby. Here's Bobby. And this is Arizona, and here is the ghost of John F. Kennedy, President John F. Kennedy, zooming down on Bobby Kennedy in Arizona. Okay, and here goes Trump saying, I know Bobby's uncle, President John F. Kennedy, is looking down right now, and he is very, very proud of Bobby. I'm proud of Bobby. If you want to know the truth. Okay, so there it was. Okay. Then you have here the ghost of President John F. Kennedy zooming down on Bobby. There it goes. And he's saying, Bobby Jr., ask not what Trump can do for you. Ask what Trump can do to your country. So with that in mind, what I did this video of this cartoon for the purpose of showing where this was taken as an excerpt from John F. Kennedy's inaugural speech on January 20th, 1961. So I wanted to play for you where I derived the punchline to this cartoon from. It was JFK in his inaugural address, his using of that phrasing, and I'm going to try to play that for you now here.
The office of President of the United States.
And I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of your ability,
And will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
So
Okay.
help you God.
So help me God.
Now, I want to try to get to the...
Let us again, not as a call to bear arms, though arms we need, not as a call to battle. Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. My fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America will do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of man. Finally, whether you are citizens of America or citizens of the world, ask of us here the same high standard of strength and sacrifice which we ask of you. With a good conscience, our only sure reward, with history the final judge of our deeds, let us go forth to lead the land we love, asking his blessing and his help, but knowing that here on earth, God's work must truly be our own.
Okay, folks, that was JFK on January 20th, 1961, and that's where this punchline came from. Well, I'll go that over again. And here we have Bobby Kennedy here, not exactly carrying on in that tradition, but and being haunted by JFK. Bobby Jr., ask not what Trump can do for you, ask what Trump can do to your country. So I leave you with that thought, and think about those values and to contrast them against what you just heard. And I'll say, God bless you, God bless America. I'm very thankful that one of the hostages have been rescued from Hamas. We saw that today, and I pray that some kind of a ceasefire will eventually arise from that, but from the decreasing tensions, and that in my own way of putting it, the closer you get to a stalemate between Iran and Israel, the closer you get to a ceasefire agreement. Because when it comes right down to it, Iran is calling the shots in the final analysis, and a stalemate where you had all those missiles that were blown up, and then you had a lot of them being shot down, and this tit for tat, where both sides see the futility of what they're doing in terms of total victory here. The total victory is a total peace, and that's the only totality there can be, is a total peace. And I'll say it again, God bless you, God bless America. I hope you enjoyed my cartoon, and again, I did that to emphasize my punchline in that cartoon, to show where it came from and the philosophy behind that, and that's about it. So God bless you, folks. Stay well, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.